Hey, what is up, guys? Owen Finch here again. Was gonna go on the Owen the Talkinator site to talk about a different something else, but my notes are on a website that won't let me use two of the Google accounts, so I'm stuck doing this. I'm gonna have to do it a different day. Um, but I'm on here because I was thinking, you know what, TNA Joker's. This is called a review of TNA One Night Only. Joker's Wild. I was thinking, hey, I'll watch it. Why not, right? Um, what this and you have Kaz and Mike today on commentary. This show, you know, I'm not like a huge fan of these because like they're good. I like them, but they tape them in January, and you're seeing guys like Kid Cash, um, Douglas Williams, they're Rob Van Dam, and they're not with the company anymore. So it's weird seeing these guys now. So I don't really see why I should really want to enjoy them, but they're good. It's good wrestling matches. Last one was to appreciate the X Division, and I actually did like it. I got to see the X Division, like AJ Styles win the X Division Championship. Samoa Joe, I've talked about that. Um, this one, this was it was a bunch of tag team wrestlers. Well, you compete in a tag team matches. And you don't know who your tag team partner is. It's just completely at random. There's like a ball fin that you spin around. Um, and what you do is you have to wrestle those tag matches, and if you and your partner win, you go on to a gauntlet and you get $100,000. Doesn't sound any more simple, right? Um, and that's actually pretty cool. Bit cold. There we go. Um, Sounds like a good deal. I like it. I would do it. But let's just get right into it, right? So yeah, they show the video package of the show. As I don't understand why they do. They like show the video package of the show. That doesn't make sense to me. So the first two people that got picked, James Storm ended up teaming up with Christian York, which was pretty cool. And they faced Gunner and Crimson. That was cool. It's weird because now the James Storm and Gunner are tag team champions and they're facing off in this match. This was a pretty good tag team match. James Storm and Gunner both did the knee drops together. They really worked well as a team. But then Crimson and Gunner started dominating the match. Then James Storm got the hot tag. One Paul Gunner does a slingshot into a DDT. That was cool. Gunner went for his finisher, but Christian York countered and James Storm hit the super kick for the win. Good match. I really liked this match. I just liked it. And then after that, James Storm says that that he's gonna be leaving with $100,000. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was a good match. And then Jesse and Mr. Anderson get picked to be partners. And in this, Mr. Anderson's in the Aces and Eights, like he was already in it. Um, like he wasn't in it when it was being taped. And they're facing Douglas Williams and Kid Cash. I didn't really like this match because Jesse's just a horrible wrestler. It was just Douglas Williams and Kid Cash just beating the shit out of Jesse, and then Mr. Anderson gets the hot tag, and then Jesse just tags himself in and goes to hit his finisher, but then Mr. Anderson just kicks the guy in the gut, and then he hits the mic check on Jesse, and then Kid Cash tries to steal one from Anderson, but Anderson gets out of it and rolls him up for the win. So Mr. Anderson and Jesse qualify. It wasn't bad. A Bobby Roode interview. He just mentions all his accomplishments, talks about how he's a former world champion and how he deserves to win the $100,000. And Crimson and Gunner are being interviewed. This was cool. They were sick and tired of sitting at home and just watching the Impact for 6 months, where they are better than that, and they should be treated better. And then they're gonna come back and make an impact. They should have done something with that, but they didn't. Then this was cool. Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe versus Chavo Guerrero and Rob Van Dam. Those guys were great tag teams. and they were all great wrestlers, so that makes it even better. I didn't even know who was going to win this match. Chavo Guerrero, that was just great. But there was some little miscommunication between Joe and Daniels when Joe was going to go for the Muscle Buster, but can't because Christopher Daniels tagged himself in. And then Marv Van Dam gets the hard tag, and then he goes to do the 5-star frog splash on Joe, but Christopher Daniels gets up, and then Chavo Hurricane is him outside the ring, and then Samoa Joe hits the Muscle Buster for the win. I was fine with that. That was cool. Mr. Anderson and Jesse interview. Jesse's talking about how he's gonna take the money and just go pay for Hollywood parties, and Mr. Anderson says that that Jesse can throw everyone out of the ring, and then he'll just go over the top rope right after, and then Jesse says no, and then but when Jesse leaves, Mr. Anderson's just freaking him, and I knew for the second that he was. And then we get Robbie E and Zeba Ion, which I actually thought that was a good pair up, and Bobby Roode versus Bobby Roode and Joseph Park. I'm not kidding. He teamed up with Joseph Park. Not kidding. This was a pretty good match. Actually, no, it was actually a crappy match. I didn't really care for this. Joseph Park comes out and says that they have a team name for Roode and Park, but I forget the name. Bobby Roode says that he could just take care of this himself, to just go stand on the apron and just take care of this himself. But he just tags in Park, and then Park just gets dominated by Ion and Robbie E. Then he starts when he sees his own blood, he thinks he's Abyss. Ow. And then he comes back, hits the Black Hole Slam on I think it was Robbie E. And then Bobby Roode tags himself in when Joseph Park snaps out of it and pins him for the win, so that was fine. And then Park and Roode are about to go hug each other, but Roode leaves. And then Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe are backstage. Christopher Daniels says that they had good chemistry out there, but Samoa Joe says no. He says that they had bad chemistry. Said that they did have good chemistry, but it's all every man for himself. Devon interview. He asked why they want to split up aces and eights, and it's not gonna work, and he's gonna spend the money for a big club party. Hernandez and Alex Silva versus Devon and Doc of Aces and Eights. So that was cool that they got picked to work together. Devon and Doc just dominate Silva. Hernandez gets the hot tag, and then he tags in Silva, and then Doc hits the choke slam on Silva for the win. That's all there really is to it. Then we get Matt Morgan and Joey Ryan interviewed. So this was made when they were still a tag team. They were talking about how they're happy to be that they know for a fact that they're going to be picked to be a tag team together. That's all they really said. Joseph Park backstage. He says he's going to donate the money to kids, but Christopher Daniels wants them to work the money. He'll give them 30% of the money, but Joseph Park says that it'll just eliminate Christopher Daniels. And then Christopher Daniels says that he's going to go look for Bobby Roode. And then we get Robbie T and Matt Morgan versus Joey Ryan and Al Snow. That was weird. Al Snow got picked. I think I was Austin Aries was in this, but he wasn't. But oh well. Robbie T and Matt Morgan just dominate Al Snow, and Joey Ryan's just abandoning his partner, and then Al Snow tags in Joey Ryan and forces him to go in the win. But then Al Snow tags in. Joey Ryan just tags in Al Snow, and then he pisses off Matt Morgan, so he has Matt Morgan get tagged in, and then he tags in Joey Ryan, so he forces Joey Ryan and Matt Morgan to fight, and then Matt Morgan just hits the cowboy footprint and pins him for the win. I thought that was fine. Joseph Park interview, he just says what he said in his backstage, that he's going to donate the money to Parks Incorporated. Then we get an Al Snow interview. He talks about how he doesn't want the money. He just wanted some payback on Matt Morgan and Joey Ryan from Bound for Glory. Shows all the matches. It shows all the matches that happened. And then we get the Gauntlet. It's like a Royal Rumble match. They just call it a different name. It's James Storm. Like I have it all in order too. It's James Storm versus Bobby Roode versus Devon versus Doc versus Jesse versus Christian York versus Joseph Polk versus Mr. Anderson versus Christopher Daniels versus Samoa Joe versus Robbie T versus Matt Morgan, and the winner gets in the Gauntlet match, and the winner gets $100,000. I have the eliminations right here too. Doc gets eliminated by Beal Money because they kind of reformed for a little bit and they double clothesline him over. Jesse gets eliminated by Joseph Polk. Christian York gets eliminated by Robbie T. Christopher Daniels gets eliminated by Robbie T. Mr. Anderson gets eliminated by Robbie T. Matt Morgan eliminates Joseph Polk, Samoa Joe, Robbie T. James Storm eliminates Matt Morgan. And then Mike Knox came out and put Bobby Roode through the middle rope, so that didn't count. And then Devon gets eliminated by James Storm, and then the final match is James Storm hits the last call super kicks on Bobby Roode and wins the $100,000. I was not expecting Storm to win the match. That was pretty unexpected. And then we get the one night only Hardcore Justice ad, so they're gonna have that now. That was that was fine with me. Pretty good show, I think. I suggest you maybe watch it. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to bed.